Let's talk about one of my recent reads, The Unworthy by Augustina Bastarrica. She's the author of Tender as a Flesh and 19 Calls My Blackbird. Tender as a Flesh, I thought was super fascinating. It made me feel ill the whole time, but I was also just like, this is a crazy concept. 19 Calls My Blackbird, I pretty much hated. I think a lot of that is due to the fact that there was someone who unalived themselves and there was no trigger warning and it was a pretty graphic description. As someone who has lost multiple people to that, you should just let people know. Let us know because it was not really great for me to read. I really wanted to check this book out. I was super excited when I got the arc from NetGalley. It's interesting for sure. It's like a very dystopian future. The climate crisis has ravaged our planet. She's living in a insane extremist religious cult called the Sacred Sisterhood. Our narrator is never actually named in the book. She's one of the unworthy, which is like one of the more basic ranks of the Sacred Sisterhood. The beginning was a bit slow for me. I really wish we had gotten more background into how she came to be in the Secret Sisterhood like sooner in the book, because you're just kind of dropped into it with no context. It's a bit confusing. When I was reading other people's reviews after I put mine in, I realized that I was not the only one that was confused. This one I gave a solid 3 stars. It's not a bad book. It's not a bad read. I really love Augustina's writing style. She's got a really wonderful way of making very basic, very mundane details very beautiful. But the beginning was just pretty confusing. It's just a lot of things. You're not really sure what's going on. There's a lot of people like self-harming in the name of the Sacred Sisterhood. And, like there has to be sacrifices so they can be safe. A little over halfway through, we meet Lucia, and she just kind of breathes life into the story, into the monastery itself. Everyone's enamored with her, including our nameless narrator. And then they end up developing a romance. The 2 women will sneak out at night. They meet up in this little spot in the woods. And it's just really, that's when it took a turn for me. And I was like, okay, no, I do enjoy this. And that's when we also start to learn more about the history of our nameless narrator. That's why I get a little bit more information as to how she came to be of the Secret Sisterhood. I'd like to know how we got from point A to point B and a little bit in between there, because we just get dropped into the Sacred Sisterhood and I'm just like, I don't know that I care. Overall, the ending then kind of saved the story for me. Would I recommend it? I don't know. Did you enjoy her other 2 books? You would probably enjoy this one. So glad I read it. Would I read it again? No. Would I recommend it? Maybe. So if you've read this one already, please let me know what you think. I'm very curious to see if other people felt confused in the beginning or if it was just the people in Goodreads. Not every book is going to be for me. Not every book that's for you is going to be for me. Not every book that's for me is going to be for you. And I think that's the beauty of reading. So that's my nice little bow on this one.